I'm here at Ward Edwards on the campus of the University of Central Missouri to talk to Amber Gorham, the Director of Career Services, about the high placement rate at the university and other opportunities for UCM students.
Just talk about, just talk about like what you're going to ask, just as a mic test.
Okay. All right, so I was going to ask you about the 97% and how you guys came to that number.
Okay, it's now 94.4.
94.4.
97 was a few years back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we just recently went through our 2000 and, let me think of this a minute. This would be 2012-13 annual report, and it's 94.4%. We follow up with our graduates 6 months once they leave the institution, and we follow up with them by phone 4 times, and then also by email, and also by sending out a mailing survey. And basically the survey, what it entails is just finding out, are they employed full-time, part-time, or temporary? Are they going to graduate school? If they're going to graduate school, are they full-time or part-time? What institution are they going to? What degree are they pursuing? What major are they pursuing? And then on the employment side of things, we really look at what employer they're working for, what is their position title, and what is the city and state of that employer. There's a lot that goes into getting a graduate hired. I think what's really important for students to understand is that Career Services is here to help them, and the way our office is structured is that we have 4 career development coordinators that work with specific academic majors, and so the more that students can get connected to that career development coordinator, the better. That career development coordinator is here to help them research opportunities, help them figure out where they want to go and what is it going to take to get there, really developing that customized career development plan for a student and really working with them individually to understand what are their goals, what do they want to do, and how can we help them get there. And from there, it's really taking a look at their resume, helping them build their resume, helping them put their resume together, giving feedback on that document, helping students with application materials, especially those that are interested in graduate school or know that graduate school is the next step for them. And then helping them think about how well do I interview, going through practice interviews, helping them with their interviewing techniques, helping them think about what do I wear to a job interview, what do I wear if I go to Career Expo. I think when you think about Career Services, there's 2 aspects I want people to know about. One is that we're here to educate students to help them be better prepared, but we're also here to help connect students. And that connection piece is getting them connected to employers, getting them connected to graduate schools, and we do that through a variety of ways. We do that through our Career Expos, we do that through our interview days, we do that through on-campus recruiting that takes place all throughout the academic year. We bring in a lot of employers for information sessions. So there's just a lot of different ways that we connect students, and I think the most important piece is just hoping that students understand we're here to help them, and that the more they're connected to us, the more they're going to know about those opportunities. Yeah, absolutely. Students get connected with Career Services early on through their Meals for Hire account. All students have access to Meals for Hire, and it's really the starting point for a student. Initially, all on-campus employment jobs are posted through Meals for Hire, so our hope is that students, as they're looking for on-campus jobs, they get connected to Meals for Hire early and they start that student employment process, and then from there they're looking for internships and full-time positions, and Meals for Hire does all of those things. It houses positions for student employment, for internships, for full-time jobs. It also has access to an employer database, so students have access to over 6,800 employers, which equates to about 9,000 contacts within our system. So it's a great system for students to be connected to start finding out, okay, what are all the different companies I could work for, and who are those key contacts that I know are working with Career Services. So I think students really early on want to get connected to Meals for Hire, and that really helps them get connected to our office. And the more the student can keep their information up to date in Meals for Hire, the better able we are to connect with them. So for example, our career development coordinators send out a lot of marketing emails to students about job opportunities, about internship opportunities, about who's coming to campus. And so the more students can keep their profile up to date, the better likely they are to actually receive those emails from our staff. The 94.4% is total employment. We follow Department of Labor standards, and Department of Labor looks at it as if you're working full-time, part-time, or temporary, you're employed. 84% of our students or alums have reported that they're working in their field of study outside of, once they graduate. And I think the thing to keep in mind there is that's really based on the student's choice. I mean, we ask that question when we follow up with our alums, and that's how the alums feel where they are at that point in time. That's a very subjective question, but again, 84% have reported that they're working what they would say in their field of study. UCM is very comparable to our peer institutions. There's actually, it's interesting that you bring up that question because the standards are changing a little bit, and the national association that Career Services belongs to is the National Association of Colleges and Employers, and they're starting to change the standard from an employment rate to a career success rate. And so you'll see that some of our peer institutions have already gone that direction, which is why they might be a % or 2 higher. And basically the difference is that the career success rate also includes those that are going to grad school, because it's viewed more of a first destination survey, which essentially means that if you went to the school, got your undergraduate, and that's what you need to be able to get into the graduate program that you're interested in, then they would view you as successful, versus Department of Labor, which takes out those students that are going to grad school or completing an internship. So right now where we are at the university is starting to take a look at whether we want to continue to follow Department of Labor, or might we start to look at the NACES standards. And so, in the next couple of years, we may go that direction. And we're starting to explore those options. In the last 5 years, I think you'll see the 94.4 is the highest rate in the past 5 years. Really, things started to change right around that 2008 into 2010 year with the economy and the recession. But I think now where we are in 2014, we're starting to see more activity from employers. We're starting to see more recruiting taking place from employers. So I really do feel as we start to kind of look at the years ahead, I think that we'll continue to grow and continue to expand that rate.
For more information on Career Services and all the resources that they offer, stop by and see them at room 1200 in Ward Edwards. For Central News, I'm Ian Ross.